everybody. Today we're going to continue our adventure on the dead Fokoos Odin F35, Odin-5 F3. It's just taking way longer than I was expecting, but it is what it is. So to recap last time, or where we are at now, we determined on the original controller board that the heat bed MOSFET had gone out, bought a replacement. Fortunately, I do not have a reflow station. My soldering iron didn't have proper temperature and tip to replace it, so we said, hey, let's just go path least resistance. We bought a whole new mainboard. And there went my light. We'll fix that in a second. And knocked my camera. Gotta reprint that. Got the new mainboard in. Could have upgraded, but went with the exact same one that was originally installed. Went ahead and added the ESP Wi-Fi module, got it in there, and then we went to swap stepper motors over and realized that they are, I don't know if you can see that, they are soldered in. They're not pushed in, there we go. They are on extremely long pins and soldered in. So it is the exact same board, they just soldered in the stepper motor drivers, skipped one here, and skipped one of the outputs. Strange. And then doubled it up over here, so the Z-axis left and right were both coming off the same stepper motor. We will see what happens. We are going to attempt this two ways. First, I have, let's go over here to the side cam, and I'll get a chance to fix the main camera. First off, we have one of these 1 to 2-way motor splitters. We're going to start with that. Make sure it works. I do eventually would like to have them driven separately, but that's not priority at this point. That will also require us to modify and recompile the firmware. Not a big deal. The code is on Github. We've downloaded it and the original firmware. We're going to attempt to install that later. Let's see, do I stop my drive down here? Yes, I do. Okay. It's already in the computer. Let me fix the camera real quick. All right, sorry about that. So, let's get to it. Get over here to the desk. And there went my light the other direction. I forgot to redesign that mount. Thought we had it this time. Okay, so once I discovered that we could not use the original stepper motors, went ahead and bought a 5-pack off of Amazon, just so they'd get here quicker so I could finish this stream almost 2 months ago I started on, or longer than that. Work keeps getting in the way. Got a 5-pack, it was roughly around $25. They are TMC 2209s. Come nicely packaged. Come with a little Big Tree Tech card. Has the pins on them, if you can see that. I either have too much light in here or too little. Comes with a heatsink and the stepper motor. Now, could not tell in the picture when I bought these, but I had a feeling it was going to happen, is these come with the 2 extra pins on the end. They are on the top and the bottom. And my first inclination was to snip them off like we used to do back in the day when those were a new thing. And you had a mother main controller board that did not support them. But I did test fit this one. And what I have discovered is it will actually fit side cam. The 2 pins will literally fit. It's a little better. Bring this down. There we go. Mo better. Something that is different from this main board compared to the other one is it has the jumpers. All 3 jumpers, which are pretty standard. The factory one does not have them on there. I guess they just directly connected the traces. But what we found was that these will actually fit right past them. And there is enough clearance. If I go ahead and push this one in that we're not going to use for now, we'll go ahead and install all 5. It does clear, and it does not hit anything. So it is not touching the main board. It has a good 2 to 3 millimeters of clearance. Insulated on one side, so that should be fine. Sorry, checking the YouTube there, saying I'm having a laggy connection, which is kind of odd because it's just rebooted my router. So, first step, let's go ahead and get these all in here, and then we'll put the heat sinks on. And then we will turn this thing on for the first time and see what happens. If we end up in the long run, well, not going to work. In the long run, not using this last stepper driver, not a big loss. It'll just hang out, keep its friends company. Oh, that works way better. Maybe. There we go. I can only imagine the size spool this comes off of. Don't need any of these guys. We will keep one, at least one around for reference down the road. That's very handy. All right. Go ahead and start at the bottom down here. Make sure we don't get our pins off by one. Which could suck. There we go. There's one. That's way easier than I was expecting. Lined up. Yes, it is. More light in here. Mo better. There's that one. Let's put in our last one. Now, the true question is, did we just install these upside down? Well, I am going to take a look at this little guy, which is incredibly small. We're actually going to use our microscope. If these work, which they should, we're obviously going to lose some of the advanced features of the TMC 2209, but is what it is. That's what it had originally on it, so that's what I bought. And does microscope not work anymore? Keep my arm out of there. There it goes. Interesting. I had a green light, but just did not want to turn on. Power cycled it, and now it is trying to show up as a mass storage device on my desktop. Okay, power cycle again. Charging mode. There we go. Ground pin, direction pin. Let me see if this will come up for you. No, it will not. Whoop, get that out of the way now. Okay, so first thing is we need to find out if we put these in backwards. That will affect a bunch of things. look for go. Let's see. Wow, some interesting dredging stuff there. This is the maker base. Robin. Nano. Version 1.3. No, 1.2. Yep, 1.2.
Awesome!
Let's try this one. I am. Oh, go away. Struggling my darndest to see which was the enable pin. That is not helping much. Let's try one of these. That's much better. So this pin right here should be our ground pin. Make sure we're looking at everything the right way. Looks like we did. Put these in upside down. And we didn't turn it on yet. Let's reconfirm. Microscope. Maple pin is there. And nobody can label things the same. Wow. Sorry, so many clickies here. I cannot see. My new monitor is just way too far away. And where did you download to? Well, isn't that handy? There we go. That is ground pin. That one's an enable pin. So they are backwards. Right. Confirm one more time. Here's our direction pin. Yep. There, upside down. Back over here. do believe they're still going to clear the capacitor that's underneath. We will see. Yeah, let's see. Life of me. Yeah, let's go this direction. That's more easier. Okay, one pin is going to rub. That is going to be our diag or index pin. Let's see what it's like on the next ones. Yep, just barely rubs. Just barely. So, what we're going to do, we're just going to bend this one pin slightly over. It is just barely making contact. I think bending it over will be enough to rectify the situation and save these for down the road. This camera sucks. It's just slightly bent over. Let's see how that clears. It's not shorting out to the other pin. And that gets us there. That will get us there. Let's do the same thing for this one. I'm just fairly gently putting some pressure on here. Boy, if this goes wrong, we're going to have some magic smoke, hopefully. There we go. Would have been nice if those went the other direction. It is what it is. Yep, that's clearing. Way this repair is going pretty soon. We're going to break out some super glue and duct tape. Last one. Barely bent over. Yeah, does look like it clears. All right, so now we're going to throw some heat sinks on there. Dead center so we don't short any pins. Also situating the heat sinks going thin side this way since the fan's right here. That way airflow can get all the way through these heat sinks down to the last stepper motor. Once again, this fifth one is just extra at this point, but hopefully we can utilize it. Touching, nothing's touching. Okay. Put all my junk in there. All right. Boop. Let's see what happens. Make sure we don't crush any wires or anything. See if the magic smoke comes out immediately. Or what happens. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We get magic smoke. This is a short stream. Okay, got a beep. Hey, we got a screen. There we go. Okay. So it says tool settings, printing. I don't know if we had this before. I can't remember. It already shows the Wi-Fi option. I also don't know. I am assuming with this screen, much like some of the others, that the firmware for the screen is completely separate from the main board. So this just might be working. Let's see what happens with it. Hey, look at that. We hit Wi-Fi, and we actually see Wi-Fi networks. I see my own Wi-Fi network. Only 2.4, obviously. Okay. Let's go to About, see what this says. Robin Nano 3.5, firmware version 2.0.3.6. Steam. Machine settings. If it knows what's an X. Yeah, knows it's an XYZ. Machine size. 210, 210, 180. I don't know if those are correct. And stop type. Okay. There we go. Okay, well, first off, let's try preheating. Extruder 1. Heat bed. 100. Extruder says -2, 1. Both those are set for 100. I don't know how to make sure it's activating. So it's touching it. Back. Go to home. Home all. Oh, we have movement. And it's homing backwards. Yep. So it homed in every direction backwards. Can't get to the screen. Well, that is a good sign. Let's shut her down. That is a very good sign. That means stepper motors are in, motor steppers are in the right way. Yeah, we were just homing backwards. So I have already gone to look Chrome here again. See what I'm doing here. I'm going to look up the firmware. is the bin file. 4 years old. All right, I have already downloaded this and saved it to an external drive. Let's see. Build it. There's the definitions. Do I need to rename it? Nope, just says the assets folder and nano version 3 bin. Okay. Did not copy the assets folder. Huh. All right, let's try this. We're gonna YOLO it. All right, SD card. You have to find the slot. This is just the bin file. Yeah, lines up. Perfect. Let's kick her back on. See what happens. Don't know if anything happened. I don't like that on beat. That's annoying. Let's see what we got here. Let's try fan. Here's something spinning. That is the hot end fan. Yep, that's the hot end fan. No. No, no. There's the part fan. Yep, that is part fan. Okay, so that is correct. Let's go. I do not know this menu system. Let's go to Tools, Reheat. It's showing -3. I've set it for 70 degrees. Do not feel it getting warm. Back. Four-point leveling. Let's go to move. Go Z up. All right, Z up is correct direction. It won't go down. Okay, X and Y won't move. Let's go back. Let's home. Nope, still home in the wrong direction. So firmware did not load. What are we missing? My stream is buffering bad for some reason. Assets folder. Ah, there's 3 folders we need. Assets, fonts, pick. Yes. Or more folders. Alright, let's download these. Actually, I have this whole folder downloaded. Let's extract it. Maybe? Alright, download again. There we go. Took us. Well, no. What vintage? 2 to 3 years. I don't know if you're still here. Just came in on my chat. This came out